Welcome back and thanks for joining me, and we're going to talk about giving things away and what happens as a result. Today I gave away a bunch of furniture, and little did I know I was going to have to handle carrying it out by myself because the guy I gave it to was handicapped, and he was on a cane and he couldn't climb up the hill. So I put it in a wagon. And I bought the wagon just for that because I knew that there'd be things that I needed to give away that I couldn't carry it in my hands. Well, it took 3 trips with a wagon, but I made it, and I was glad to give it to him. We exchanged a little good talk, inspirational talk, and then he left, and I'm looking forward to meeting with him again. Now, you get attached. I was attached. It took a long time for me to decide what I was going to give away because I've had it for such a long time. And you know exactly what I mean. If you picture a few things that you know you need to get rid of, but I don't care if they're books, I don't care if it's furniture, electronic equipment, whatever. You know it needs to go to somebody else that could use it because you're not using it anymore. Just give it away. And there is a song by that name. I wanted to play it before I did this video, but I said let's get this video done or I'm liable to not do it. Okay, now here's what I've learned by giving it away. Through my life, when I would give things away, things would come back to me, but not from the same people. And they would be things that I needed, but maybe didn't have the money to buy. Somebody else just needed to get rid of it, and they said, "Can you use this?" And I said, "Sure." And so it was very difficult for me to make this phone call. In fact, I called them in February. I said, I have this furniture here in my basement, and I need to give it to somebody, and I heard you could use some nice furniture. And he said, yes. I said, I'll call you back. Now, I checked my messenger a few days ago, and I realized it was February that I left that message. So I called him back, and he called me back because I left it on a voicemail. And I said, well, you know, it's been a long time since I said I was going to give you this furniture, but if you're ready to still want it and ready, I'll give it to you now. And he came today, and I didn't know the strength that I was going to have to ask God to give me. The strength was because he was handicapped. He had broken his leg, and it had been in the cast prior to him coming for a year and a half. So he's walking on the cane, and I was going to carry all the furniture up. Well, he had a truck, and with the help of trying to pull it up the hill in a wagon, I saw a UPS truck stop by, and I said, can you Can I pay you to help me load this truck up with some furniture I'm giving away. And he said, I'd be glad to. That's how the day went. It was 3 loads to get everything in his truck. And he wouldn't take any money. He was very kind. Now, the reason I'm sharing this is not because I expect to get something back from him or from anyone. I just know that's the way the law of the universe has worked for me. And that was the way I have interpreted books that I've read on the spiritual level, that whatever you give, it will come back to you in a very unexpected way. And it won't be in the same way you gave it. And it won't be by the same person you gave it to. I found this true 200% of the time. That's why I wanted to give this short video, because it works. It works as a universal law for any of you all that have read that in the Bible. It's in there. Given and shall be given back to you. Shaken down and running over. Well, I've always believed it. It's always worked. And I don't even give stuff away for that reason. But all of a sudden something works that I needed, but I couldn't afford it, or I couldn't do it because it was mechanical. And someone would show up, just like the UPS man showed up to help me carry the furniture out of my basement into this guy's truck. Okay, we're calling this Just Give It Away. I don't know if we've hit the idea in your mind that you remember doing this yourself. If you have, please send me a brief note saying it worked for me also. When I gave something away, or when I do give things away, I get things back. It might be a year later, unexpectedly. Things you really, really, really need. Or it may happen the next day after you've given something away. Now, was it George Jones? Jack? I don't know who sang that song. I'm going to play it back in a minute. Just Give It Away. And if you haven't listened to it while you're on YouTube, put Just Give It Away on the search engine, and I guarantee it's a tearjerker. I heard it first at Walgreens. I was spellbound by it. I just stopped and listened to it. George Jones. That might be. I'm not that familiar with all the country singers, But that one grabbed me, and I played it several times since, and when I get off of this, I'm going to play it again. You can tell I'm not the traditional YouTuber, and that I don't have scripts. These are my notes for today. Everything I said to you is right there, and a little bit more. If you like my style, my topics will be different. You can search my videos, and you'll see each and every one's different. So if you're after some YouTube that is where the guy's going to hit the same subject over and over and over, the same topic rather, I'm not your guy. But if you enjoy humor, if you enjoy a little bit of wisdom, a little bit of factual happenings, mostly all true, feel free to hit subscribe and hit the little up button. And you know what? You'll make my day. You'll make my day. Well, I send God's blessings to you, even though it's Wednesday, it's not Sunday. But for me, every day's a Sunday. And I want you to have a great rest of the year. And we may be talking again tomorrow. God bless you.